Hey guys, so from April 29th to May 5th, we're going to be running a launch, and what we're going to do is make it possible for you to upgrade to enterprise, to become an enterprise user with Zag, something that normally requires a vetting process and a $3,000 initial deposit. You'll be able to do that by clicking a button from April 29th to May 5th, and there is zero initial deposit. There is a catch, and I'll get to that in a second. But I'll explain why we're doing this. So we are launching a service called Strategic Content Fulfillment. And let me first explain why we're doing this. Then I'll explain more about the service itself. So right now, today, Zag, up until this point, has been basically a marketing intelligence marketplace. So it's a place where you're able to find really awesome trends to create content around, or to find totally new keyword ideas, to dig into your competitors' existing traffic and see where they're getting their traffic from, mostly on a keyword and content basis. It's a way to look at where your competitors are finding publicity. It's looking at where you can drum up traffic immediately by jumping into existing forum threads and community discussions and stuff that are directly related to your content, as well as plumbing your own data and looking at immediate opportunities for increasing traffic, increasing conversions, and so on. Basically, it's a 360-degree content insights suite, and that's great. That's all well and good. The thing is, though, is that no matter what awesome insights you find and what great discoveries you make, it still turns into something where you're going to have to do a bunch of work. Ultimately, if you find 100 awesome keywords that are totally untapped, well, that's 100 articles that you essentially have to publish and put on your site to capture that. Or it's 100 different content angles to capture trends or breaking news or whatever. Everything about being able to action on these insights looks like, feels like, and is work. And so we thought, for us to truly be the most powerful platform in the content strategy space, we had to get into the fulfillment business. And so what this does, it's a couple things. We do have just straight fulfillment, where you can use the apps to run your own research, find your own insights, and then just pull either the keywords or the related trending content that you found from the apps, and then just have our writers build content around that. Or we'll go one step further. We can also have our analysts find and identify rising trends and competitive gaps for you, and then directly take those insights and give it straight to our writers. So that essentially, let's say if you wanted to capture 5 emerging trends this month or this week for your business, with 5 excellent thought leadership content pieces about those trends, all you have to do is fill in 2 forums, set some settings, and press a button, and we'll take it from there. So this is a really, really powerful addition to what you're already doing. This essentially takes the entire time and hard work element of content marketing and puts it on our shoulders instead of yours. So if you're a busy CEO, if you are a frazzled founder, if you are running marketing for some crazy business that has 1,000 things to do, what this allows you to do is to look at what your content strategy is. So whether you're engaging your users, you need to find stuff that's on trend, or whether you're trying to soak up search engine traffic the smart way with identifying competitive gaps, you can literally just push all of that work to us, know that it's getting done right. We'll send you back the strategy that explains how we got to those conclusions and those content topics, as well as really premium content, which will work with you to make sure it's perfect. You can send revisions off once you get it back. So this is really it closes the loop, as I see it, on what has always been to me the missing piece of what we've been offering. And this also takes Zag into a different competitive level, in my opinion, because the other platforms that are strictly intelligence are not going to do this. It's just too much work. It's too many logistics. But we've been in the business of running high volume content for a long time in other ventures. And so this is a fairly natural extension for us. And we think it's pretty friggin' powerful. So more details on the blog post and in general coming your way. But I wanted to explain what we had built. So real quick, I'll go through each thing. Rising trends. What this is specifically, we're going to go out and identify content right now in your market that's really hitting it. So getting shared a lot, talked about a lot. And so we will take your keywords that you're interested in. So try and keep these like primary. So if you're in like, the running shoes business, just say running shoes or jogging shoes. Don't go into specific products. Explain the purpose of the content. So is this general information? Is it, is there some angle you want us to cover? Please be a little detailed here. Automation settings right now, it says one time. We'll add recurring later. And then choose your depth. So for trending contents, for rising trends, capturing trends, you don't need to go too crazy. Concise or medium is probably all you need. This is more for emailing your subscribers. It's more for posting on your social channels and so on to raise engagement with your audience. So 800 or 1,000 is probably going to be good for these. You want them to be punchy and memorable and interesting. When we look at competitive gaps, this is really more of a search engine play. So let's say that you are going into a tough market and all the primary keywords are just, dog eat dog competitive, super aggressive brands playing in the SERPs. And the smart way to go about playing in those markets is not trying to compete and rank for, CRM software or whatever it is, whatever crazy keyword you're going after. The much smarter play is to identify a bunch of long tail, really specific, high intent, competitive gaps for keyword targeting. So what is the specific content that your competitors see some traffic for, where it's really targeted, really high intent, where you have no search presence, at least not yet? We will go through and identify those for you, and then we'll create content specifically targeted and SEO optimized for those gaps. So this is super powerful. For these, you can use concise. I recommend medium or in-depth. Google responds really well to 1,000 plus words, like 1,500, or what was the study? I think 1,600 or so was kind of like the average depth, according to Moz, of top ranking content. So Google really likes deep content. And for this, all we need are your top 3 competitors and your purpose. That's it. Tell us what to ignore if that's relevant, and off to the races. Just tell us how many competitive gap optimized articles you need, and we will do it. So this way you're not stuck sitting here all day trying to figure out what the best gaps are. Let us do that. That's what we do. We built this product. We know how to do it. So that is the service. Now, if you are a marketing intelligence wizard and you live, breathe this stuff, and you have every subscription to every tool, good for you. That's great. You still probably don't want to sit down and write a bunch of articles, all right? So in this case, you can either just hand us a bunch of keywords for essentially competitive gaps, or hand us a bunch of URLs. So content that's performing really well, stuff that's trending, stuff that is really having an impact. Just send us that page and we'll create something similar for you. So it's either or. You can't do both, at least not in one order. And that's it. So this comes in a little less pricey than the done for you strategy. That's obviously because there's no analysts that need to do this. It just goes straight to our writers. But that's how this product works. So this is a really effective way to outsource and know that it's getting done right, on-demand content creation. So that is a bird's eye view, an abbreviated look at our strategic content fulfillment services. We have a really easy system for tracking stuff and seeing what came back. This is just sample content. You can ignore that. But that in a nutshell is what we're doing. And this is only going to be available for our enterprise customers after this launch. So you'll want to make sure that between April 29th and May 5th that you press that button and come and check it out. All right, guys, we'll talk soon.